Brittany. So today I'm going to be telling you a dream that I had. Yes, a dream time video. And so now this dream that I've had this dream about a month ago, like early September. Wow. Yeah, it was early September, but I wanted to wait until October to tell this dream. Now this is not like a scary dream or anything, and I don't think I would be comfortable to talk about my nightmares, even if it is October, only because nightmares are just too scary to think about and to retell it, like to relive it again. It's like, no. But this is not one of them. This is actually a dream that I've had of a movie that I've seen before many times, and it's a really good movie, and yet it hardly gets recognized or talked about. So, and I just want to point this out for those who have seen The Ghost in the Darkness. Like, we know what the story's about. It's based on true events, on what actually happened, and that is just terrifying. It really is. But as I mentioned before in my videos, and for those who already know, that I grew up watching this movie, and yes, those parts were scary to watch, quite young, but I still liked watching it, because I just liked everything else, like the performances, and just telling this scary story, but yet not liking those really dark scary parts. So yeah, but it's still a really good movie to watch. But, and the thing is, no matter how many times I've seen this movie, I haven't really dreamt about it until last month. And I dreamt about one part in particular. And this certain part that I dreamt about was actually where Michael Douglas's character gets killed off. Now, I didn't really dream about where he gets killed. No, not that. Now, we see that in the movie. Well, it's not really shown on screen. It happens off screen. Okay. For those who may or may not know, when his character gets killed off, it's happening at the same time when Val Kilmer's character is having a nightmare, where his wife and his newborn baby are out there, to come to see him, and yet he's trying to warn her about the lion, and she doesn't even know about it because she's just so happy to see him, and yet it comes at her and brutally attacks her, tears her apart, like, ugh, like, okay, so when he's having that horrible nightmare about his wife and newborn baby being killed by this lion, like, so when you hear her screams, that's him screaming, being dragged off, and that is just horrifying. And so I remember when I read about that fact, I just got chills, because I didn't even know that when he had that nightmare, that's what was happening at the same time. So yeah, I was like pretty shocked about that, but at the same time it made sense, because when you are dreaming and you hear something, somehow a certain sound can go into your dream, but then when you wake up you realize what it was, or you know. So, and like I said, because that's something that happened in the movie, in my dream it wasn't like that. So, and like I said, so okay, so here's how this dream happened. Like, of course we don't know the beginning to our dreams, but somehow it just kind of shows it somewhere in the middle. So in this dream, I just remember I was sitting down. I'm on my bed, I'm laying down, I'm watching a movie, but I couldn't tell if this was somehow part of the movie or if I was just watching this alternate deleted scene of the movie, because this scene doesn't show how he was killed off, or if it's shown him lying there dead. Like, oh no, that would have been very horrific to see. Like, no. And it would have been sad to see that. So no. But in this dream, it shows how when Val Kilmer was looking for him, it showed how he was attacked, but not to the point where it would have gotten worse. But he was just laying there on the ground. So even that character Samuel, you know, he went with Val Kilmer with his character, and so they were both right beside him, and so they had like lifted him up a little bit. And so I just remember, like, I'm just sitting on my bed having this like look on my face, and I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Like, is he dead? Like, what? Okay, what's going on? So I couldn't really think of, like, okay, what's going on here? And so at some point you see him like breathing a little bit, and he moves his head a little. And so Val Kilmer as John Patterson, he says he's unconscious, but he's alive. So when he said that, I just remember thinking, like, so when he said that, I just thought, okay, that's good. Okay, he's unconscious, but he's alive. Okay. And so I just remember thinking, okay, I know they have this one more lion to hunt down to kill. So I just remember thinking, okay, I hope they all could make it, you know, to kill off this lion, you know, this very dark, you know, evil lion, and just, you know, kill it and able to able to make it. And so, you know, that's what I was thinking. But just when I thought I was gonna see more of the movie, but like I said, when I was seeing this part, I wasn't sure if this was somehow part of the movie, or this was like a deleted alternate scene. Like, I don't know. But to me, it didn't seem like it was part of the movie. It did seem like it was a deleted scene, but an alternate deleted scene of how it would have turned out differently, like if his character wasn't killed off. So that's just what it seemed like. The dream is very short though, because after that I woke up. And so when I woke up, I was like, I remember thinking, okay, like, I just remember thinking, I know that if I were to look up on that part and try to see if anything had changed, that nothing would have changed, because it would have stayed the same of what we see in the movie. And so so at some point, even after I woke up and I was a bit more awake, so when I was just thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I know why I had this dream, because, you know, for one, I do not like the fact that his character gets killed off. And yes, even though it's a fictional character, and it wasn't based on a real life person, but still, to me, it's like I just didn't like that. And and for the fact that the reason why they killed off his character is just so, I think, to make uh Val Kilmer's character, um based on the real John Patterson, I think to make him look more brave in the movie, but I just don't see it that way. I mean, I would say the character himself is brave of what he had been doing and been put through in these dangerous, scary situations. But I would say after his character gets killed off, it did not make him look brave. I mean, he was brave to begin with, but it just made him and the character Samuel, it just put them in a more, um, you know, terrifying and very vulnerable, I'm trying to say the word, vulnerable situation where they're both alone in this. And it's like they don't have their friend, who would back them up to help them in this situation, and therefore it just makes it very, like a very fragile, terrifying, and like a very vulnerable situation, which probably made it, you know, worse. So that was unfortunate. It was. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it just doesn't make sense to have killed off his character like that. Like for one, it was brutal and horrific for them to do that. So I don't like that. I don't exactly agree with that decision within the script. And it was also sad because Samuel, he had already knew him. He was like a long life friend of his. And then with Val Kilmer, of him playing John Patterson, it's like, yeah, he had just met him, they were getting along, they were becoming friends. Well, I think they had became, new friends and everything. But still, it's like, and even though they worked really well together, so to see this happen, it's like they both lost a friend and someone who could have been there for them to have their back and to somehow would have protect them, even though they would have done the same for him. And things could have turned out well. Things could have turned out maybe a little better if his character was alive. So that's what I think, honestly. And I not I think, I know that's why I had the dream, because I do not like that part, and I do wish that somehow it could have turned out differently just with that. Because I just want to say this too, because I do feel like in other movies, I feel like it's not necessary to kill off certain characters. Like with this one, for example. And another one is like Scream 2. Like Scream 2, when even Randy gets killed off. That was so sudden and so sad that I just remember feeling so sad, and to me it just felt completely like unnecessary, and it also felt like it was just too sudden. And I think in this one it was kind of too sudden too, because he doesn't show up within a certain part of the movie, but then just when they're getting to know each other and it seems like they're becoming friends, and yet all of a sudden this happens. Like it was so quick. It was like this sudden brutal, horrific death, but it was also very sad as well. And it's like, I felt like that was unnecessary. It was uncalled for, so yeah, if I had to change that, I would, but because I can't, then there's nothing that could be done about it. But yeah, so that was the dream. And yeah, that's how I still feel about it. Like, I don't like that at all. So, and so let me, damn it. Okay, I'm sorry. My head hurts. And I'm just, I don't know, kind of feeling thirsty. So let me know what you think about this dream and what you think about that part. Do you think somehow, uh, I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Because I don't know what to think right now. Because all I can think about is, um, some coffee. And pumpkin. Like pumpkin spice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, leave a comment down below if you have seen the movie and what you think about that. And that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.